So we should be on the last thing to do before starting to work on the car files. It's gonna be very easy to do after, you'll see. So if you followed everything to this point, you should be able to just add the collisions. And to do that, you're gonna take the file that I'm gonna share with you. Gonna extract it somewhere. If it's zipped, I don't know actually if I'm gonna compress it or not. But you need to have it somewhere, and you need to go in the modeler file and in this thing merged, and you're gonna check the file that I gave you. So here I'm gonna just take one that I have, C modeler, and this one. Let's say that this is the one that I gave you. So it's gonna load depending of the car file. It can take a few seconds, so it can be instant. And what you will want to take is the main collision, which are the wheels and the chassis core. So what I like to do is take this thing. I don't take the dummy, I'm gonna do it after. So you take the chassis call, chassis low load call, chassis dummy call. You take the wheel LF call for the left front, and you take few dummies with it. Those dummies should be somewhere around here, so that's all the MISC. You have steering wheel, MISC, seats, windscreen, where they are. Here, handle, passenger side, handle, driver side, seat, passenger side, seat, driver side. Very important. If you miss these ones and the main collisions, your car is gonna crash after you spawn it or you see it by an NPC that's driving it. When those are selected, you just click on merge. And I'm gonna do a quick save because I've completely forgot to save the car since the beginning. I started to make it, but it's not really important. Let's call it 01 here. So here we have collisions, and to show them, constructor and press call. Boom, boom. So those are the collisions I need, and the handles. They're outside of the car. This is normal, and that's for the best. So what you're gonna do is hide everything, but keep the chassis call toggled. So you have to make it fitting your car positions in the rough way, let's say. It's not gonna be perfect, it's just gonna have the similar shape of it. So for that, the best to do is go in vertex mode and select verticals, that's the vertex, and place them so that it fit the car. Again, quadra selection, that's what I like to use. I'm gonna take the front ones. So I like to take just the front at the beginning. You can remove the move axis only there if you have it checked, and you move it so that the positions around it, I'm gonna check this one so that it fit roughly your car. Don't have to be perfect, just to have the sides of it. So like this. As I know which one to take exactly, I'm doing it quickly like that, but you can take any view to do it. If it's easier for you to take a side view, you can take a side view. Little trick there. If you want to make them less on the side, you have to position two different rather than taking one, moving it, and then taking the other to move it. You can take the scale tool there, modify scale, and you take the x-axis. You go on one of the both, or one of the multiple ones that you selected, and you drop them down until it fits the position. So the front one there. So the front, even if it's a little inside, it's not really important. If that happens, when you're on scale, rotation, whatever, you can press 2 times X. So it moves it. So that's done. If you don't really see where they are, you can also go there and click semi-transparent. You see properly your car. And you keep making it fitting your model. Don't have to be perfect, but the closest, the better it will be in game. Because what it's gonna do is, when it's gonna hit the position, even if it's roughly made, you don't really need to have the whole outside of the car fitting perfectly the car. So when you hit that side, it's gonna take a hit, but if you're not gonna hitting all this side, it's gonna just like going through it. But as you in-game you have all the collisions, it's gonna be almost invisible. You're probably not gonna see that it's going through it until you're like maybe drifting on this position and you're riding a wall or something, I don't know. So let's keep going. So this one is on the middle. I don't need the antenna to have a collision. I'm gonna do it. So this is the back one. Here. That should be on the middle. This is on the back. Somehow like that. Here I'm gonna take the position of duct tape. It's not real duct tape, but something like that. I don't really need a spoiler. You can make it fit in the spoiler on the position there, going around if you want to have it collision. But I don't really like it, so I'm not gonna make it having one. Having this like that, straight. Having this one on the lowest part, I don't need everything. There. Put it back like that. This is gonna be on the back of the rear bumper. Like that. For now. Then this is gonna be on the side, the rear side skirt. I'm gonna put this one properly there. Now this back one would be under this. So it's like a, just to make it fitting somehow around it. So you see that these ones not too much separated from the side. You can set the scale like if you want to. Same for any parts. Like this. I saw a little glitch somewhere. The side view there. So what is this thing? Why it doesn't like it? I see. So yeah, that's a little problem I had when I made it. Just put it a little on the top to be up like that. Actually, I'm gonna put it lower. Make it bigger on the side. Like this. You see it outside. I'm gonna put these things even more lower. see. Where is the closest part? It's there. I check this one. I selected too much. Take care of what you're selecting, because you can move things that you don't want to without even knowing it. Just like that. Let's make it smaller on the side. More lowered. And you can play with it as much as you want. Not gonna take too much time to make it. Doesn't have to fit properly. In fact, just trying to make things logical. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna stick with it. So this part is done. So this is the main chassis. Very important to make it properly because all the other parts are gonna be placed. At least one other part, not all of them, depending on this one. And actually, I just saw that there is a little problem here. Which one it is? On the side. Up. It looks somehow on the same offset. Okay. So my collision here is done. It's taking somehow the shape of my car. And as this one is done, what you're gonna do is go display, reset the world, and click on it. 1, 2, 10 times. To be sure that it's on the middle. This little purple thing is just a pivot. You can make it visible and invisible. You can make it set to origin, or even move it. You can even place it where you want by pressing X on the view. But here I don't really need it for now. So I reset the main chassis, and you need to have a copy. Don't ask me why, that's just a game thing. But you need a copy with another name, and it's actually the low LOD, so it's the second one. I'm just gonna take the name, copy paste it on this one, and because I have it made properly, I'm deleting the old one. So the main chassis and the second one, chassis low LOD, are properly done. And now we're gonna do the chassis dummy. Now this one is a little different because it needs to take the overall size of your car. It's not necessarily meant to be on the middle of it, like on the others. Oh, my axis. There. And same thing as the other, it have to fit the car size, but only on the outside. So on the maximum outside part, it's gonna need to fit it. Roughly the same, you can't have something perfect. So just try to make it fitting. So here it's okay. And a little thing to know, it's not taking the wheel in consideration. So when you're doing this size, you only have to take the lowest part of the chassis and the top one. You don't take the wheels with it when you do it. Actually, I'm missing a little this spoiler. Let's move it a little, see if I can make it fit a little better. Somehow, yep. So top and left are okay. And now the sides. I'm gonna scale it to the mirrors. Here, sides, and this is it. So the axis isn't on the middle.